I came in with shaking hands, keys still cold from the drive, hair still carrying night air, trying to look like I'd be fine. People smiled and made their way in. Soft hellos, coffee in the hall. I nodded like I knew how to be there, but I was barely there at all. I had no speech for what was happening, only that pressure in my chest, the kind that makes a crowded room feel thin and rest feel very far from rest. I came in with shaking hands, trying to keep my whole heart from showing, trying to stand beneath the lights like I wasn't already close to folding. I came in with shaking hands, smile in place, but my pulse was racing, and all I knew was I needed you before I fell apart from faking. The first song rose and filled the room, but I could not step into it yet. The words were there, the chords were right. Still something in me stayed clenched. My hands stayed low against my coat. My throat stayed tight around your name, and I kept wondering if faith was gone or if fear had only learned to take its place. No tears came, no grand collapse, just that quiet violence in the body when it doesn't know how long it can last. I came in with shaking hands, trying to keep my whole heart from showing, trying to stand beneath the lights like I wasn't already close to folding. I came in with shaking hands, smile in place, but my pulse was racing, and all I knew was I needed you before I lost myself from bracing. I thought if I could just stay still, I could hide inside the songs, but somewhere between the voices and the sound of everyone singing, it felt like you were not asking me to be stronger, just honest enough to stay. And that changed the room. Then the room began to breathe, not because the noise got louder, but because the air around my fear didn't feel so sharp anymore. One line fell through me like warm light under a door I thought was shut, and the hands I came in trying to hide forgot for a second to stay closed up. It wasn't sudden, it wasn't clean, but something buried under all that pressure started moving underneath. Then the room began to breathe, and I could feel my lungs remember. Not a miracle loud enough to prove, just mercy moving through the center. Then the room began to breathe, and I was not outside it anymore. What felt like just a place full of people started feeling like the presence of the Lord. I lifted one hand without planning it, not high, just enough to tell the truth. And the voice I thought had gone numb came back rough, but it came back through. The band stayed steady, the lights stayed warm. Nothing flashy, nothing staged, but everything I had called holding on started giving way to grace. Not because the fear was gone, but because I was no longer carrying the whole night on my own. did not shame the shaking. You did not ask me to perform. You met me in the trembling and stayed until the trembling softened. What I thought was weakness was only all the weight I could not hide. And what I thought would close me off became the place you stepped inside. So if my voice sounds fuller now, it's not because I learned control. It's because the room that held your presence finally reached my soul. Then the room began to breathe, and I could feel my heart stop running. Not because the night had disappeared, but because your peace had entered in it. And then the room began to breathe, and the fear no longer owned the hour. What came in tight and trembling left standing in a different power. And then the room began to breathe, and I was not hiding in the singing. I was right there in it, fully known, with my shaking hand still lifted. Then the room began to breathe, and so did I. I came in with shaking hands, I left with open hands, and somewhere in between, the room began to breathe.